Are you married? If so, what was your wedding like? Was it a Chinese style or Western style wedding? If you haven't gotten married yet, what kind of wedding do you envision in your future? Today, let's explore the incredible world of Chinese weddings. Good morning. It is 7:30. If you're getting married in America, at 7:30 probably you're still thinking about all the things that you need to do, just laying in bed, going through the list of the day. But in China, guess what I'm doing? Hello, 准备好了吗? All of the friends in the family of the bride have started to gather together. This in China is called the welcoming. In Western-style weddings in the United States, the wedding ceremony is usually in the afternoon, and the bride and groom will directly proceed to their honeymoon after the reception. In ancient China, weddings were also known as a dusk ceremony and were held at sunset. Later, most people moved the wedding banquet to around noontime, saying the earlier the better, a nugget of wisdom that signifies a proactive attitude. Hello! 哇，你们好漂亮！
这是我们早上起来然后精心打扮的吗？
这个也是都是你们做的吧？
对对对，这个是我们昨天晚上几乎一晚上没睡，然后精心布置的。你看这个喜字的结构都是讲究非常对称的，因为红双喜好事成双嘛，我们给它存在的一些祝福，预示的比较好的一个寓意。
In China, the color that represents weddings is red. Red symbolizes joy, festivity, auspiciousness, and prosperity, embodying people's hopes and desires for a better life. In Western countries like mine, the traditional wedding color is white, a color that is both romantic and solemn, symbolizing fidelity and purity. Each nation's people inherit traditional customs represented on their most important day. This is expressed in the significance of weddings. 我的妈呀！哇，我觉得你的今天化妆跟平时不一样吧？
对呀，因为我今天选择的是中国的传统汉婚。
哇，这个真的好美啊！
就是我们中国的凤冠霞帔。然后呢，你看一下这衣服上面就有凤凰和牡丹。哦，凤凰的话有吉祥的一说。
Although our historical culture and living habits differ, the thoughts and values carried by weddings have been ongoing for thousands of years. In a ceremonious country like China, weddings are seen as a continuation of this emotion and cultural heritage. This part is the ancestor worship. This part of the wedding is specifically designed to honor and pay tribute to the ancestors.
一书书到头，富贵不用愁；二书书到头，无病又无忧；三书书到头，多子又多寿。
So this part is the mother combing the hair of the bride. It's a very intimate moment.
像我们结婚那个时候，我妈妈他们都告诉我，挽发梳妆的时候都是有讲究的，要找一些家庭比较幸福的。我和他爸爸的感情也挺好的嘛，希望他们把这个幸福传递下去。以后经常回家来看看啊，我们家的门随时给你敞开的。希望你们幸福，要开心啊！今天。
You can see how reluctant her parents are to leave her. If it was my wedding, if it was me in America and my father and mother were sending me off and wishing me well, probably their emotions would be similar. In America, the groom is not allowed to see the bride before the actual wedding, so he can't see her dress or anything like that. But in China, the groom comes early before the wedding to ask for the bride. 他们在干嘛？
是属于 堵门其实是中国的一种传统的习俗，为新郎的刁难的意思，既表达了新娘的父母对新娘的不舍和爱意，也是提醒新郎我们要珍惜得来不易的新娘。
我们是为你们准备了3个小游戏，投壶，比大小同花色呀，找鞋子，找婚鞋。
The last part of this process is called find the shoes. Basically, one of the shoes is missing, and as soon as it's found, the groom can officially take his bride and go and get married. In China, after receiving the marriage certificate, neither the bride, the groom, nor the family can change the way they address each other until they bow before the parents serving them tea. After drinking this cup of tea, they can change how they address their in-laws. In the States, it's up to the family and the couple how they want to speak to their parents, some choosing a more intimate term of address after getting engaged or married. This is a sign of respect and gratitude to our parents.
新娘子出阁。
From the moment a daughter steps out of her home, she's given another identity as a daughter-in-law. The complex yet beautiful emotions that result in the intertwining of different families and the love therein remain universal and everlasting. Riding in the carriage, and she's being held on a very ancient traditional shoulder-held carriage. This is only the kind of thing that I've seen in TV shows before, never this close in real life. Because in America, you can't really see these kinds of weddings. It's really cool as a foreigner to be able to participate and take part in this kind of traditional, precious cultural wedding.
吉时已至，起轿。
In China, wedding vehicles have been witness to the changes of the times, the vows of love, and the transformation of people's perceptions. In ancient China, sedan chairs and horse carriages were used, later replaced by bicycles and buses. And in the late 90s, private cars became fashionable, showing the status of the families. Now, wedding cars come in all shapes and sizes, expressing individuality. As you can see, we've just arrived at the groom's house. Might be a little bit difficult to get the carriage into the entrance though. We'll see how it goes.
慢一点，慢一点，慢一点，慢一点，好，好，慢一点。
Another thing that I've just noticed, the groom, for this whole process so far, the groom has been carrying the bride on his back the whole time. But I don't know why. 哎，我先问一下你知不知道那个新郎为什么要背新娘？
在中国嘛，它寓意着这个新郎呢，一辈子要对新娘疼爱照顾，所以它相当于是一种对妇女的一种尊重，对婚姻爱情美满的一种向往。
We're entering the groom's house now, and you can see everywhere in the house, everything is red. It's all very traditional Chinese. You also can see that they have their wedding photos already printed, already taken and put on the wall. 这个算你们的婚礼照片是不是？对，我们在美国婚礼之后才拍那个照片。在你们中国今天一般是多少钱？
在中国的话，一般就是19万人民币。
那你们房子结婚之前都要准备好吗？
在中国的这个传统观念里面，安居才能乐业，房子是需要的。
After marriage, both sets of parents will offer guidance, financial, and material support to the newlyweds. According to American values, marriage is mainly between the two individuals, so parents have very little say in the matter, nor do they often bear the responsibility of expense. We're here at the venue. There's still half an hour before the wedding starts, so we're just gonna look around and see what's going on. Hello, 你好。我准备了一个红包，祝福你们的新生活。对，
谢谢。
对，
来，您这边请。
好的，好的，好。In Chinese weddings, the more guests, the more auspicious it is considered. Red envelopes are an implicit way of blessing and wishing the couple well. In the US, when attending a wedding, it is common either to purchase a gift card or, more often than not, buy a gift from the couple's wedding registry. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here. In the States, our weddings family of the bride and groom. But here in China, you can see it. There are people of all ages, people of all different relations and friendships. This here is the actual stage. You can think of it as the auditorium in America. It's decorated in a very, very traditional Chinese way. You can see not only the red curtains, but also the red lanterns, and all of the flowers that decorate also are red to symbolize the Chinese culture.
你找位置吗？这边可以坐，这边没有人。
是吗？好，谢谢。他们现在拿的那个绳子是？
这个彩绸的话，它又叫同心结，各执一端，代表他们永结同心，在一起的一个美好的祝愿。
啊，那他们现在做的那个部分就是誓词吧？
啊，对对对，就是爱情宣言嘛。上面写满了他们对婚姻的美好的祝愿和祝福。
有点像我们的那个我愿意 I do。
对对对，现在要进行的是一个配寿礼的环节，双方要交换信物，一般用的是玉制的物品。玉在我们国家是高洁崇高的一个象征。
A traditional Han wedding represents the choice of young people in this day and age. With the fusion and collision of Chinese and Western cultures, wedding traditions are continuously being enriched and developed. Many people opt for destination weddings, or may have a barnyard wedding in their hometowns, with or without wedding dresses. As people guard, inherit, and innovate, they make every culture more vibrant and brilliant. We just finished the wedding ceremony. It's a very similar amount of time to the wedding ceremonies that we have in the West, about 20 to 30 minutes. Now we've arrived at the meal area. I want to ask, 他们不是要去每一个桌子 cheers 一下，干杯一下，他们会不会喝醉？
或者还有一些伴郎和伴娘嘛，他们会帮他去分摊一些，就不会喝得太多。
Despite the differences in history, culture, and habits, our shared desire for love and our magnificent hopes for the future are exactly the same. Although we are in different countries and we celebrate one of life's most important days in different ways, all of us are simply pursuing happiness.